Hello, my name is Trevor Edwards, and I'm the director here at Soma Center for Dance in Glasgow, Kentucky. And this weekend, we are putting on our latest work, Eden, at the Glasgow Plaza Theatre. I have done several original works. The most similar to Eden would be The Green Thumb. The Green Thumb was a original work I did last year, and we toured that work and took it to Nashville, and I was inspired by a piece from that to create Eden, and then here we are today. The piece that inspired this whole original work was from Eden, and now that piece has been set on the young lady who's playing Eve, Addie Taylor, and another Soma student company member, Dakota Lyle. And I have built the entire story of Eden around this work. From Eden is actually a song by Hosier called From Eden. When I was in college, a lot of times my professors were like, you can't use songs with lyrics, which is a bunch of badonky. I think that this song was always something I wanted to choreograph to, and I was always hesitant to because of professors saying not to use songs with lyrics. And it turned out to be some of the people at the Green Thumb's favorite piece from the show. So this piece is about the serpent and Eve and the push and pull and tug between temptation and Eve seeking out more knowledge and wanting to grow herself and become greater than the simpleton that a lot of us see her as. So what I wanted to do specifically with the show was pick music that different people can relate to. I wanted to have a lot of different cultures. So we actually have a song called Vibras that is in Spanish that talks about the firmament and the creation of separating, water from land. I also have a piece by Frank Ocean. I have pieces that are by Labyrinth from Euphoria, and I really wanted to create current music, but also combine classical pieces like Claire de Lune and kind of bring all time periods together into this work. Yeah, it's not classical music. It's a combination of classical and current styles. There's hip hop, there's contemporary, there's tap, there's all sorts of different dance styles. So to complement that, I wanted to have all sorts of different music styles involved. This show features myself as Adam, the assistant director here, Tori Beck, and then Mason, our acting teacher, and he is the writer. I called him a poet because Genesis is in the form of poetry. And I wanted us to be able to look at him as a writer because that's what he is by trade in his real life. And I wanted us to kind of get inside the mind of the writer. Who wrote the story? However you interpret him, it's okay. And also, Kylene Stephens worked with us on creating some choreography for this ballet as well and helped mentor me at the beginning of this process. Kylene was one of my professors at WKU, and she's a longtime friend of mine. I love her so much. It's really a huge community involvement, and the whole point is to feature our student company. So we have dancers from the age of 5 years old all the way through grown adults that are performing in the show. It is a community event. So special. I don't think that a lot of people really think about all of the concepts and different moving parts that are in the story. We kind of talked about coming from a place of neutrality. This show is really meant to be for anyone, whether you're a believer or not. There's something in here for you. I wanted to be able to take my art form of dance and really translate the message of the story. And what's so important about dance for me and for my students and for this community is that dance goes beyond words. I actually have faced some difficulties regarding our costumes. When it comes to costuming, that's kind of one of the first things that I always gravitate towards. And I always have an image in my brain of what I want to do. But there was a lady here in Glasgow. She was like, well, I don't think they would be wearing that in the Bible. And I said, ma'am, they weren't wearing anything in the Bible. What do you think that they would be wearing? Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what they'd be wearing. I was like, okay. It's things like that I find so interesting to see. How can we bring this to life on stage? And how can we make this work and still translate the same message, but make it modern and okay for audiences of all ages? And this is truly a story that is appropriate for everyone. I think that a lot of people look at dance as an art form that is different, but I find dance the art form that can connect us all the most. It's something that everyone can understand. And if we're going to continue to celebrate and talk about all of these stories, we have to do so in a way that honors the story itself. And I think we have done that in a very modest and beautiful way. This story is powerful because it dives into the emotions. It dives into the feeling of Eden. And I think that's what is going to make this stand apart. I have had so much dialogue and learned so much putting this show together. I've learned more about community, about friendship, about faith, and about who I am as a person with this story than I have with any other story that I've ever done at Soma. As a queer artist, I think it's important to tell this story now more than ever with all the intense rhetoric going on surrounding my community, and with my own experience with Christianity and feeling exiled. For me, this is about reclaiming my place in this story and seeing that we are all loved. That's what I wanted to get to. This is a story for the people. And I think that we've done a great job in making that happen on stage.